to the second session of our chapter number 11, Human Eye and the Colorful World. In last session, we have discussed about human eye and different parts of human eye. We have also discussed that how human eye is functioning. In that, we have discussed that the image will be formed on retina. Now today, we will discuss about some of the important terms related to that. Due to this, we will be able to understand defects of eye, and we can also have how we can have a solution of it. Means we can resolve that defects. So let's start our journey of our second session of chapter number 11, Human Eye and the Colorful World. Okay, the first term which we have to understand, that is accommodation of our eye. See, first of all, what does this word means? Accommodation of eye, it's a ability, or we can say that it is a property. It's an ability or the property of eye due to which we can see the objects clearly. To see the objects clearly. So that's the ability or the property, right? To focus on an object and to see it clearly. As we all know that we cannot see the objects which is very near to us. Okay, so there is a certain range. In that particular range, we are able to see the object clearly. As we know that we can see the object which is from 25 centimeter to infinity distance. Means we cannot see the object which is less than 25 centimeter. Right? If the object is at less than 25 centimeter from our eye, we are not able to focus on it properly, so we can't see that object clearly. Right? So keep this in your mind that our range to see is between 25 centimeter to the infinite distance. Right? So we cannot see the object clearly when it is less than 25 centimeter. So according to that, we can also have two terms, that is our far point and near point. So this is our near point, means the point from at which we cannot see the object which is less from that point. So that will be our near point, and the far point means the maximum length till which we can observe. Right? But that we are going to discuss it later. Now, as we have studied in human eye, that the eye lens, it is controlled, its thickness is controlled by the ciliary muscles, as we have understood this, that the eye lens is controlled by ciliary muscles. Now due to the ciliary muscles, this eye lens, it will change its focal length, and by that we can obtain the image on retina. So generally when the ciliary muscles, they are relaxed, so in that case our lens will be thin, and as our lens is thin, our focal length it will get increased. So as our lens will become thin, our focal length will get increased. When our ciliary muscles, they are contracts, in that case our eye lens will be thick and our focal length will get decreased. And see madam, when the ciliary muscles is relaxed, the lens will be thin, and you can say that the thin person can have a long running, so it increases. We can also remember it like this. And the contract, when the eye muscle, the ciliary muscle will get contracts, our eye lens, it will be thick, so in that case the focal length will get decreased. Due to this, when the ciliary muscle is relaxed, we are able to see the object which is far from us clearly, and due to contraction of ciliary muscles, we will be able to see the objects clearly which are near to us. Okay, so keep this in our mind that due to relaxation or and contraction of ciliary muscles, our eyelids will become thick or thin, and as it becomes thin, our focal length will increase. As it is thick, our focal length will get decreased, and it will try to obtain the image right here on retina. Okay, so it is done by relaxation and contraction of ciliary muscles, by which our focal length of eyelids it is changed, and we can form the image on retina. Now let's talk about power of accommodation. Now what is called power of accommodation? As we have studied in the topic of accommodation, that what is accommodation? So we are able to see the object when it is between 20 centimeter to infinite distance. So if we take here the 20 centimeter as our focal length, so what we can say? We can say that if we are getting 25 centimeter as our focal length. So in that case, if I convert this into meter, we will get it 0.25 meter. As we know that P is equal to 1 over F. According to that, 1 over 0.25 meter, which will be equal to 4 diopter. So generally for a healthy person, 4 diopter is called its power of accommodation. So this way, the power of accommodation is the ability of our eye lens by which it can see the object which is between 25 centimeter to the infinite distance. After that, we can also think about the far point. Now what is called the far point? Far point means the farthest point till which we are able to see. So as we all know that this is at infinity distance. So our far point will be at infinity distance. We are able to see till infinity distance, so that is our far point. The another important term, that's our near point. Now, what is called near point? Near point is the shortest distance till which we can see without any type of hesitation. Means that's the least distance till which we can see. We are not able to see the objects which are very close to us. There is a certain distance range, okay, and that distance is 25 centimeter. So when the object is more than 25 centimeter, we are able to observe it clearly without any type of efforts. But when it is less than 25 centimeters, so our eye will do the contraction or relaxation, and by that it will try to obtain it. But we are able to see the object clearly when it is more than 25 centimeter. So this 25 centimeter is considered as the near point. The another important thing, that is persistence of time. Now what is called persistence of time? As we know that we are seeing our eyes, it's a ultimate incredible camera, right? No other cameras can do like that. That if we have seen that we place a camera at one point and then just we take it to other, we can't get the image clearly as it is not steady there. So persistence of time for our eye, it is 1 upon 16 second. Means in 16 part of second we are able to focus on particular object. Okay, so in this very tiny interval of time, we are able to focus on the object and to see it clearly. That's the immense power of our human eye. Again, persistence of time is the ability to get focus on an object and to see it clearly. And for a healthy human, that time is 1 upon 16 second. Means 16 part of second. In that time we are able to focus on the object and to see it clearly, and that's the reason that our persistence of time is very less. So as we are continuously moving here and there, we are never feeling to just focus on every object. Our eye is doing that automatically. Now let's talk about defects of human eye. Defects of human eye. Now, which type of defects is there in human eye? Or first of all, what is called defects of human eye? That we know that when a human is not able to see the objects clearly, whether it can be the distinct object or it can be the nearby object, when he is not able to see the objects clearly, so there will be some defect in his eye. So that is considered as the defect of human eye. Means the inability to see the object clearly, that is defect of human eye. Generally, in defects of human eye, we can have myopia, which is also called short or near sightedness. Then the another one is hypermetropia, that is called long or far sightedness. And the another one, that is presbyopia. That's a presbyopia. Right? So let's now understand this three defects of human eye in detail. In defects of human eye, first we will discuss about myopia, or it's also called short or near sightedness. Now what happens here? As you can say that short or near, in such type of defect, means in defect of myopia, we are able to see the near object clearly. Okay, we are able to see the near object clearly, but distant object is not seen clear. In myopia, the near object is visible clearly, but the distinct object which is at far from us, it's not obtained clearly. Now, in this type of defect, actually what happened, just we have the concept, we know that our eyelids, it will behave in such a way that the refracted ray, it will get into retina. Okay, but what happens in this type of defect and which are the causes of this type of defect? Let's understand it in detail. So in myopia, which is also called nearsightedness, in that we can see the near object clearly, but the distant object is not seen clearly, because here the eyelids will remain thick. Again, here the eyelids will remain thick. So it will not become thin according to its necessity to obtain the image on retina. So as it becomes thick, so actually what happens, the light ray which is refracted from the lens, it will get converged before the retina. So here the light ray, it converged before retina. Okay, so simple. When the eyelids, it will not become thin according to the necessity, it will remain thick. In that case, the light ray which is refracted, it will get converged before the retina, so we are not able to see the far object clearly. Now let us understand the causes of this myopia. So what is causes of this defect of human eye, and in that we are talking about myopia. So the first reason for that, it is excessive curvature of lens, and the second one is elongation of eyeball. Due to this 2 point, that excessive curvature of the lens, its curvature will be more because it will remain thick. Okay, and the elongation of the eyeball means the distance between the lens and the retina, it's more. So we can assume it like this. Suppose here this is our eye lens and here is our retina. Right? For the healthy eye, we know that the image, it will be formed on retina. Now, in this type of defect of myopia, the curvature is excessive and this distance is also more of the eyeball. Due to that, what will happen? It will not become thin, and as it remains thick and it is not becoming thin, so in that case we know that there will be change in its focal length. And in this case, the focal length, due to this both, the focal length, it will get decreases. Okay, so what will happen? The light ray is coming from infinite distance. It will get emerge before the retina. So due to this, the defect is caused. Right? That is called myopia. Keep this in your mind. The far distance here in this defect, the far distance for the normal eye and the myopic eye, it will be different. For that, the far distance, it will be little bit less in comparison to infinite. So in this case, the far distance or far side point, it is less than infinity. Okay, it will be less than infinity. See, when they are talking about the causes, so these two are the causes, and by these two causes we can know that the focal length will get decreased and the far distance will get less than infinite, and due to this only the light rays which is coming from the near object, there will be no any problem in it. It is seen clearly, but the light rays which is coming from the infinite distance, which is at very more distance, right, at the distant object, so we are not able to see it clearly because the far distance, it is less than infinite, so the light rays will get converged before the retina, and due to that the defect is caused. Now, what is solution of it? So simple. For that we will have a solution, or we can say that how it is resolved. In that remedy of that defect, it is done by, okay, I am giving that chance to you. Which type of lens it is? Everyone say, which type of lens it is? We have seen this type of lens. Yes, just guess it. Guess it properly. Which type of lens it is? Yes, this is our concave lens. So, in this type of defect of myopia, concave lens is used of suitable power, right? So this way, the myopia, what happens in myopia, what are the causes of myopia, due to that what will happen, and how we can get rid from this defect of eye which is called myopia that we have discussed. Another, now let's talk defect of human eye, that is known as hypermetropia, or it is called long or far sightedness. Now what happens here? See, this is opposite than myopia. In myopia, what was happening? We were able to see the near object clearly, but the far object was not seen clearly. Here, near object is not seen clearly, but the far object which has far or which has distinct object, this is seen clearly. Now, why this happened? What is causes of it? So let's discuss about causes of hypermetropia. In causes of hypermetropia, we study that in myopia, the eyelids remain thick. Here, the lens remains thin. and as the lens remain thin, its focal length of lens is increases, right? Focal length of lens will get increased, it will be 2 more. And the second thing that our eyeball, it will become too short, and due to that what will happen, let's see. So the focal length of lens, it suddenly increases because the lens will remain thin. Okay, due to this causes, what will happen in our concept, we have seen that the normal eye will have the image on the retina, but due to these two causes, that this lens will remain thin, and due to that we can say that the refracted light rays from the eye lens, it will get merged after the retina. So as it merged after the retina, we are not able to see the near object clearly, but the far objects, it will be clear to us. So this type of defect is called hypermetropia, or long or far sightedness, right? So as you can see that it is opposite than the myopia. Now what is solution of it? It's simple, that we can use convex lens of suitable power to get rid from this hypermetropia, right? So as we will have here the convex lens, and when the light ray will pass from this type of convex lens to our eyes, right, it will get emerged on retina, so we can see the object clearly. Also we can say that in this hypermetropia, our near point is little bit far than the normal eye. The near point is farther than normal near point of eye, right? That which is, we know that's the 25 centimeter, but the person who is suffering from this type of defect of eye, in that the near point, it will be little bit far from the normal eye. So the focal length of eye lens, it will get increased. Due to the eyeball, it will become too small, okay, it will become too short, it will be very less in size. So the near point, it will be farther than the normal eye, and due to that the refracted ray, it will get emerged after the retina, and the defect is created. And for that solution, we can use, as we have discussed, that we can use the convex lens of suitable power. Then the another defect is our presbyopia. Now what happens in presbyopia? Generally in this presbyopia, sometimes due to old age, right, the person is suffering from both, from myopia and from hypermetropia both, right? So in these cases, why this presbyopia happens? So simple, we know that due to our eye lens, right, it will change its focal length and it will try to get the image on retina. But there are two possibilities. The first possibility is that our ciliary muscles, when it becomes weak, so that is the reason of presbyopia. And the another cause of it, the loss of elasticity of eye lens, and due to that loss of elasticity of eye lens, and the ciliary muscle will get weak, our lens is not able to get a clear image on retina, right? So it's a mixture of, we can say that myopia and hypermetropia both. So here we can't use a single lens. So for that, for remedy of it, we can use bifocal lens or varifocal lens. Right? In bifocal lens, bi means two. The lens which is prepared in such a way that it will have two different lenses, and that can be of same power or can be of different also. In varifocal lens, more than two power containing lens they are having, and due to that they can get rid from this presbyopia. Generally, if we talk about the bifocal lens, in that case you have seen the glasses, right? So here the upper part it will be of concave lens and the lower part it will be of convex lens, right? So this way they are using the bifocal lens to get rid of this defect of eye which is called presbyopia, which comes at old age. Also we can talk about cataract, right? Now what happens in cataract, that we know that our eye lens, which is the crystalline lens, we can also call it as crystalline lens. In that crystalline lens, it will have a milky membrane, and due to that milky membrane, a person is not able to see the object clearly, or it can lose its sight partially or completely. Okay, so in cataract we will have a milky membrane over the crystalline lens. Okay, so which can make, or it can lose partial or complete sight, okay, and which comes at the old age. So this way, in today's session we have discussed about accommodation of eye. In that we have also discussed about power of accommodation, we have discussed about near point, far point, then persistence of time. After that we have understood what is called defects of eye. In that we have understood about myopia, hypermetropia and presbyopia. Also we have understood that what are the causes of this hypermetropia, myopia and presbyopia, and we have also understood that how to get rid from such type of defects of human eye, right? Questions will be provided to you, the notes will be provided to you in your worksheet. Okay, so complete your worksheet on time, and already you are sending it as a homework properly. Okay, so please, today's topic is very important. It can be asked in 3 months for your examination, read about defects of eye. So be prepared well. Thank you.